Hello everyone, in our previous video we discussed about fission and its type. So our today's topic is budding. In case of budding, the daughter individual develops from a small portion or a small part which is known as bud, and this bud arises on the parent body. If we take it with an example, then it will be easy to clear it. If we take example of yeast, which is a unicellular structure, we will see it diagrammatically. This is structure of a yeast and this is its vacuole and this is nucleus. So in first step, one small structure develops on parent body which is known as bud. So this is bud and this is parent body, and in next step this nucleus divides by mitosis. So here you can see this division of nucleus, and then after one of the nucleus goes to bud, and when this bud attains its maximum size, then this buds get separated from the parent body. So these are the steps of budding. In first step, one small structure develops on the body known as bud. Then after in second step, nucleus divides by mitotic division. Then in next step, one of the nucleus goes to the developing structure, and finally what happens that this developing structure bud separates from parent body and develop as an independent structure. So this is in case of yeast, and this process is common to budding. And there is one more possible case in case of yeast. One is that bud develops and detaches from parent body, but in other case multiple buds are formed. That is, the bud do not get separated from parent body. In fact, multiple buds are formed on the parent structure, and this multiple bud structure resemble to a genus Torula. So this structure is known as torula, and this process of formation of multiple buds over a single parent body is known as torulation. So you can say in case of yeast, two cases are there, in which in first case one bud is formed which gets separated from parent body, and in second case multiple chain of multiple buds are formed, and this process of formation of multiple buds on a single parent body is known as torulation, and this structure is known as torula. And you know that yeast is also used in baking industry, and due to this advantage that it divides very fast, multiple chains are formed, multiple buds are formed. Due to this property, yeast is used in baking industry. And if we take budding in animals, then there are two possible cases. In budding in animals, there are two types. One is exogenous budding, or you can say external budding, and one is endogenous or internal. First we will discuss about exogenous budding, and in this case what happens that small structure develops on outer portion of the body. That small structure which is bud, that small portion develops on outer surface of the parent body, and there may be two possible cases after the completion of budding or after the completion of division. Either the bud remains attached to the parent body and become fully or partially independent member of the colony, or it may detach from the parent body, or it splits away from the parent body. If it splits away from the parent body, then after get splitting, it take independent existence. An example of this is Hydra. If we see it diagrammatically, then this structure is of Hydra. These are tentacles and this is mouth, and this small structure is known as bud, which develops on outer surface of the body. And process is similar here also, that is nucleus divide by mitosis and one of the nucleus goes to the bud, and when after this bud gets mature, then this bud separates from the parent body and develop as an independent existence. So this is the case where bud gets split off. And one more case is when bud remains attached to the body, then this case is possible in case of cycone. Cycone is a sponge, and if we see its structure, then this is the structure of a cycone. This is its base, and these are opening known as osculum, and it is attached to the substratum. And in this case, cycone bud remains attached to the parent body and become more or less independent member of the colony. And exogenous budding is also possible in some annelids and some eukaryotes also. So in case of exogenous budding, that small portion develops on outer part of the or outer surface of the parent body, and example of this hydra, cycone, some annelids and some eukaryotes, which are also known as tunicates. Now if we take case of endogenous budding, then in this type buds are formed within the parent body, and this type of budding or this type of internal buds which develop within the parent body are known as gammules. So gammules are internal buds. So this type of budding, endogenous budding, is also known as gammule formation. So gammules are internal buds. If we see it diagrammatically, then gammules consist of small structures or small rounded cells. So these are gammules, which consist of group of cells, and this group of cells are known as archaeocytes. These are archaeocytes, and these are protected by a protective coat. This is inner membrane, this is outer membrane, and this is micropyle. A small opening is there, and some spicules are also present. These spicules are monoaxon spicules. So this is diagram of endogenous budding, and this is possible in case of freshwater sponges, and example is spongilla and few marine sponges also. So you can say endogenous budding is also known as gammule formation due to the formation of internal buds, and these internal buds are known as gammules, and these gammules are these gammules consist of mass of some small site structure, some small unicellular structure known as archaeocytes, and on return of favorable condition, that means when favorable condition arises, these archaeocytes come out through this micropyle and develop into a colony, and this is possible. This is present in case of freshwater sponges, which is spongilla, and few marine sponges also. Now we will discuss one more type of budding, which is known as strobilation. And what strobilation is? The repeated formation of similar segments by the process of budding is known as strobilation. Here the segmented body is known as strobila or scyphy stoma larva, and its individual segment is known as ephira. So the complete body, the complete segmented body is strobila, and individual segment is ephira, and this is present in case of Aurelia, which is commonly known as jellyfish. And at intervals, this ephira breaks from the strobila, from the segmented body, and swim into water, and later on in feed and develop into a complete aurelia. So you can say here the individual ephira. This is side view and this is oral view, and with due course of time this ephira converts into complete aurelia. So this is strobilation, and here your budding complete. So today we discussed about budding and its type. So if you are new to my channel, then do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.